I felt like our world had ended. It was horrendous, because you start on the internet looking up what the condition is and you realise that there is no cure, there is no treatment, and you've got your whole future mapped out for you before you've even started to live your life. It's horrendous. Darkest day of my life.
When my son was diagnosed, the first thing I thought was, how can I get him to take part in research? What clinical trials are there going on? Because for me, research was a lifeline. It was the only thing that was going to give me hope.
When I eventually found a trial that my son was eligible for, I started phoning round the trial sites in the UK. And what I found was that clinical trials were being turned away from the UK because of the lack of doctors and physios and clinical trial nurses that were available to run the trials.
I think what Alex and I are most passionate about is to give every child who is diagnosed with Duchenne the opportunity to take part in research in the UK. And we're working across all levels to do that.
Yeah, and that's the reason why we created the Duchenne Hub, to set up a network of clinical trial sites to provide those opportunities for the community.
The UK has some of the leading experts in clinicians for Duchenne trials, and what we want to achieve via the hub is we want to help them because they're reaching capacity. The first hub site was Alderhay Children's Hospital in Liverpool, and the consultant there, Stefan Spinti, was willing and able to take on additional trials. So what we did as the hub is we funded additional posts to enable Stefan to take on additional trials.
I don't think that it would have been possible to develop the neuromuscular research here at Alderhay to the level we've achieved now, and I don't think it would be sustainable in the long term without the support of the charities.
I think what's really important in the rare disease field is that we work together, that we never reinvent the wheel, and that we use the existing infrastructures that have been developed over the last 10 or so years.
I think the hubs are a really important part of the research infrastructure in the UK. It acts as a strong advocate for the Duchenne's community, and acts almost as a broker between the funders of research and the recipients of research.
It's funding posts at this hospital, Great Ormond Street, and those posts are vital to get our son Harry onto these trials. So, that's the hope we need to get us through this condition and hopefully find a treatment.